Hey friends, what's up? It's Abby, and today I'm going to be giving 10 thrift tips for short people, or petite people, or little people, whatever words you want to say.
What if I wake up happy? And what if I wake up sad? Sorry if I said something.
Thrifting in itself can be something that takes some time to adjust to, and I know that there are tons of videos out there with thrift tips and blogs and whatnot, but I also think being an extra petite person, I'm 4'11" and a half, we don't ever forget the half, and my driver's license says 5 feet, so sometimes I just roll with that, or say 5 feet with shoes. So with that, I do think that there are things specifically that I've had to think about and have experienced that I can share and hopefully will be a little helpful. Okay, I just have my phone here to help me out, and also you can see on my pillowcase the flax seed. Oh my gosh, it's getting so intense. You can feel the texture of the seed like coming to the surface, and it's kind of strange. Number one is to try on all the things in all sizes. Obviously not every size, but I think it can be very limiting to go to a thrift store and just search for the extra small or the small, especially if you like oversized things at all. I personally do. You can tell from this jacket that I got yesterday. Okay, was that a little cheesy? We like cheese. With that said, just don't limit yourself to one particular size, especially if you liked oversized things. You can definitely go to the mediums especially and see if there's anything that fits, because sometimes at stores they'll even like put a kid's size, a kid's large in the adult large, or a kid's small in the adult small, so sometimes, yeah, things just get mixed up, so you want to make sure that you're thoroughly looking. Number two, make sure that you know what you like. I think this is really important and something that I've gotten to be a lot better at. Basically now, I can just pull out an item and be like, okay, that I already know looks like I don't like the fabric and it will be too tight in the arms or too long in the arms. I think once you go through enough things, you'll be able to tell right away. It can be easy for myself or my friends to pull out a small item and be like, this will look really cute on you because it's really small, and it is cute, but I just know that I personally don't really like super tight fitting things, but if you do, then that would be perfect for you. So yeah, that's one of those things it's just good to know. Number three, okay, this is a big one. Don't try to find the same things as your friends. So I have a lot of friends that go and they find skirts and dresses and more pant thingies, but I literally barely ever find pants. Like, I always buy my jeans separately. I have maybe a couple pairs that I've thrifted, but honestly haven't been my favorites. I do better with pants than jeans. But as far as skirts, I have had very minimal luck. I found one a couple of weeks ago that I was like, oh my gosh, this is exciting. And I almost always look for them, but I just don't have near as good of a time finding them as some of my friends that are a little taller and able to find things like that fit them more. Number four, don't assume that you can alter all the things. This is something that I'm saying mostly for myself, because I will go into stores and be like, oh, I can fix that, or have my friend fix this because it's slightly too large or weirdly shaped and kind of boxy. But then, you know what happens? I get home and it just sits in my closet because it doesn't happen. And I've collected a few items like this that I'm like, yeah, one day I will get to these, but for now I kind of was just like, I wish I didn't buy these because they're just taking up space in my closet. So yeah, I know that a lot of people say go thrift and you can always alter stuff, and that's very true. You definitely can, but if you're like me, maybe you just don't always have the time for that or don't feel like doing it. Number five is to thrift outside of the box. What do I mean by this? I mean, maybe as a petite person, it can feel kind of degrading to go to the children's section, but also I think that's something that we have to our advantage, because even when you're regular shopping, kids' shoes and kids' clothing is so much cheaper than adult things for the most part. So yeah, I've been on a long-term search for a leather jacket and have started to get to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna start looking at the kids section, but I wish I would have done that a while ago, because even the other day I was with my friend and we found one that was perfect, but it had like butterflies all over the side, so in that case not perfect, but still I was like, this is so much closer to what I've been looking for. So yeah, don't be afraid to go outside the box and kind of search these other sections, or if you're looking for a large oversized tee, to hop over to the men's section or the boys section. 6 is avoid small prints and low-waisted pants. I know with high-rise pants, I have never gone back after buying them because they just elongate my legs and make me look a little taller. And then with small prints, I think it's just one of those fashion kind of rule of thumbs where smaller prints take up less volume and make you look a little smaller, and the opposite rings true for when you're larger and maybe you want to look smaller. You shouldn't wear super small print just because it will make you look larger. And I'm not sure the exact psychology behind that, but I know that it works because I'll be standing in a mirror through trial and error of, oh, this looks really good up close, but then I'll stand back and like walk away from the mirror and I'll be like, oh, this is really not flattering when there's like super small print on me. It just makes me look even tinier. Number 8 is think about your closet. And I say this specifically for thrifting and short people because I do think that there is a plethora of clothing items, especially when it comes to sweaters and t-shirts for petite people, because I don't know, there just always seems to be a large assortment of those things at thrift stores, and it can be easy to just be like, oh, this fits, this is cute, I'm gonna go for it. But I personally just don't want to accumulate so many pieces of clothing. I want to make sure that I love every piece and that it fits with things I wear. So just make sure that wherever you're getting, you actually like, and you know that you'll have pieces that you can imagine outfits with in your head. Sometimes I'll like try to be like, okay, think of 3 outfits that I can wear this with, and if I can think of it, then I'll get it. Otherwise, it's really easy, yeah, to just accumulate a bunch of random items that don't actually work together. Okay, I skipped a number somewhere. Whatever number I said twice is to ask for dimensions, which is specifically important if you're buying online or on Marketplace. There have been too many times when I have bought something and then it's just not the size that I thought it was going to be for some reason. I forgot to check about that, and this specifically happens with backpacks because I'll get them and then I'll be like, wow, I look like just a little baby because this backpack is so large or this bag is so large. So I would say asking for dimensions is something that you should just get used to doing, especially if you're shopping a lot online. Number 9 is to check lower shelves. I thought of this because I actually used to go blueberry picking a lot with my mom and still sometimes do in Michigan. That's like one of our biggest blessings, I think, are the berries. So I just remember she would always do the high bushes and I would always do the low bushes, and it kind of rings for thrift shops as well, or stores in general. Have your tall friends look on the tall shelves, and then for you who are shorter, make sure to like look out at the bottom shelves because sometimes some gems get put on there, even the floor sometimes, because clothes will drop on the floor and sometimes they're like good ones and you don't want to leave them there. Lastly, number 10 is just to have confidence, and this one obviously rings for pretty much everyone, but I think it can be intimidating sometimes if you see a taller person rocking something. I'm sure this goes the opposite way too, but especially, I don't know, I'll just be like, wow, that person looks so cool and adult-like and old. I don't know why, I've always liked looking more mature and stuff, probably because I look really young. I don't know what else to say. That's pretty much it. As long as you're happy with the item that you have and faking confidence, I think the confidence will actually turn into real confidence. Okie dokie, that is all I have for today. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked, please make sure to thumbs up and subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm gonna go and probably read or watch iCarly because they put iCarly on Netflix, and I don't know about you guys, but that was seriously my most favorite show. I watched it every day when I came home from school, and I'm glad that I still watch it and I'm not disappointed. Like, I watch it as an adult and I'm still like, yeah, this is funny. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! It's too far away.
'Cause all I want is you.